Hello and welcome to Laysara Summit Kingdom. This is probably one of the coolest little city builders I've seen so far, and at the moment there's a demo available for free on Steam, which I'll link down below. And that's exactly what I'm going to be playing for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Laysara is pretty much like any other kind of city builder, I suppose. It has its own little kind of nuances and mechanics and stuff like that around population management, resource management, and so on and so forth. But the real hook here is the whole fact that you're building a settlement on the side of this massive mountain. And I'm hoping the full game, when it comes out soon, that we get a choice of different mountains and stuff like that. Certainly looking at the trailers and things like that, they all seem to vary in some ways or another. But you can build on all sides of the mountain here. I love the camera controls as well. You just hold middle mouse and you can look around the whole mountain. You can see little resource deposits embedded here, there, and everywhere. Now, the demo is quite limited. It's basically the tutorial of the game. I was hoping there was a way to turn the tutorial off so I could basically take you through it myself. But it doesn't look like there is a way to do that on the game. On the demo, at least, anyway. So, here we are. So, basically, we start our town with a residential area. And that starts with the marketplace in the middle. Connect this to this little pulley system up the mountain. This thing disappears off into the mist to wherever it goes. And that's how our population connects to the rest of the world, I suppose. And I don't think we can have more of these around. But as long as every section of the mountain that we build on is connected to this one, then basically all population transfers and populations happen simultaneously at the same time, right? They're instant, is what I'm trying to say. So we got to build a few houses. That's the normal sort of start off on these little these city builders. So we'll build a couple of houses there next to our brand new marketplace, and this will activate that. And yeah, you just build them and they sort of instantly pop up. The thing is with Laysara is it doesn't sort of mess around with kind of pretty build animations and stuff like that, like some other city builder games do. It just sort of gets on with it, you know. It just like, right, okay, we're doing this, so let's just crack on. There is no way I found yet either to rotate buildings, which is a shame because some of them, like you're working with limited space here. It would be really good if you could rotate some of these buildings. At the moment, it doesn't appear that you can do that. So that's the only other thing that's slightly a shame about this so far, but it's early access and it's a demo. Maybe if we feed back to the devs with like a building rotate function, then maybe they'll add it. But that does mean that they will need to complete the asset on all sides. At the moment, there's almost this isometric feel to it, is the fact that you can't really rotate the camera much more than a few degrees left and right. You know, there is no rotate other than rotating around the mountain. Yeah, so. There we go. Okay, so we build our houses, then we build a nice little religious area for them to hang out, and that makes them reasonably happy. We can see our population here and the upgrade progress and what they require to upgrade, and this is different for different types of houses and different citizen types that you have come into your village, which we'll come into later. So their demands is basically marketplace, eggs, and then we can see demands for prosperity and enlightenment, which are already all fulfilled for these guys because they're pretty easygoing. So there we go. Okay, so the next thing is we need to build an actual food production thing. So we start off nice and simply with a basic chicken farm. I'm just gonna chuck that right next to the marketplace there because we're gonna send those chicken eggs right off straight to the market, and that will fulfill that for all of our dudes over here. And there we go, nice, and we're just breezing through this nice and quickly. Then we unlock what do they call this? Zampa or Tampa? Basically wheat, I suppose, or flour maybe. Zampa. Yeah, okay. So we're going to create a mill. And then we're going to create a couple of fields off that mill. It might be worth just checking this grid because obviously there's limited building space available at certain parts here. So these guys require yaks. We'll come to that in a second. Let's get a couple of fields here. I'm going to build them going down, I think. You can build them across. What I quite like is when you build them like across like that, they kind of connect to each other. It's really cool. So if you build things like in rows, they look really neat. At the moment, there's no like, you don't have to chop wood or mine stone or anything like that. You just build stuff. It's all about more like population management at this time. Right, so we're going to send this stuff off to this guy here. But obviously he's complaining about yaks. So we need now to create... Oh my god, this game in yaks, dudes. This game has a thing about yaks. Okay? It really does. So we build a yak farm. That provides yaks to transport the flour zampa, whatever it is, to the marketplace. Right? You just build this, providing 6 yaks. And they just eat grass, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there we go. Our houses can now upgrade. Like, it's super fast-paced, really. Like, as city builders say, like, Farthest Frontier, for example, or Banish, and things like that. Everything takes ages to upgrade. And you have to gather the resources. This is like, bam, 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 bam. You upgrade, you're done. Right, so now we can connect to another region. So we just like select the bridge tool here, and we start there and go there. There we go, we've connected. So now we can create another residential area in this slightly bigger area over here. Can't seem to build a road here for some reason. It's really odd. Right, there we go. I think I just needed to click continue on the tutorial bit. Anyway, the area is much bigger, as you can see. It's huge. Right, so we're gonna slap a market so it was somewhere in the middle of that and connect that over there to the road. So essentially what we do is we do a carbon copy of this over there. But it then starts to get a little bit hectic because we've just unlocked artisans, which is the next kind of person type. I don't know, well, they call it caste, right? They call it caste. So you can get monks later on as well. Advanced yak breeding, guys. They love yaks in this game. It's absolutely yak crazy. It's brilliant. So we get a yak shack. It doesn't stop. I'm sorry, I gotta warn you now. It doesn't stop. We can get a yak shack, which is a nice place for yaks to hang out, be milked, and have their fur kind of dealt with. So we're gonna chuck a yak shack up in the corner there because it doesn't really matter where this is. It doesn't have a logistical kind of thing. But you do need to send the yak milk off to a cheese maker, which will slap right next to it, you see. I'm going to send that there, and then they send that to the marketplace. It's just in range, but there we go. So we can now build a couple of artisan houses, and these things go downhill quite nicely. And that will add a demand to the marketplace for cheese. Something I didn't cover previously is the whole demand thing. For each resource you add to the marketplace, for every household there is that has that demand, because you can see, remember, we looked at this, the demand is cheese. They demand cheese. Then obviously this demand goes up, and if you don't fulfill that, then houses can't upgrade. But the more you upgrade houses, then the more demand there is. So yeah, it's quite a fun little gameplay loop, really. As you just sort of build up, and then that increases and that increases. I'm just going to preemptively put 2 chicken farms here, for example, because I know that this area is going to need it. When this place expands, it goes for it. Right, we can just add houses in like crazy. It's absolutely insane how quick this game is. Right. So we're out of Mandela here. Oh, little courtyard. There you go. Look at that. It's beautiful. Little courtyard. So the only demand here is eggs at the moment, which is silly because I've got artisan houses. So they should actually be demanding the tapioca or whatever it is. Dampai. So add a couple of fields here. We'll add a mill right across the road. We'll send them down there. And then we'll send that to the marketplace. Once we, of course, build a yak place that can breed yaks. And can I get to there? No, I don't think I can. Close, but I can't quite get to there. Or there. Damn it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build them over here so that I can tie them together. Like that, you see? And then we just need a road. Oh, that doesn't quite reach the other dude. We'll have to just build a road all the way around. There we go, it's fine. Bang, bing, 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 bing. There we go. Lovely. It's lovely. And then we get this guy sending off the stuff to the stuff and the thing, and off he goes. And then we're going to make some cheese here. We need a yak shack first. Yak shack! We do a yak shack and a cheese maker. The yak shack sends the cheese off to the cheese maker, and the cheese goes off to the market, and everybody's happy. It's lovely. So the last thing that the artisans need is a bath. Slap a baths down, because they love a bath. These artisanian people. Can put a bath there so it's accessible to everyone. And we can upgrade our artisan houses now. Oh, it's all very nice, isn't it? So that's the basic supply and demand gameplay loop when it's in one sector, but now we're going to see what it's like when you go across multiple sectors, right? So if we place a pulley system, there it is, up to this next sector up. So we're going up the mountain, and they do this with this funky little pulley system. We'll see it in action in a minute. But what we can do is we can put different food types, because if we check our artisan houses now, they get very demandy with their demands, you know. And they demand now honey, right? So what we do is build, and I'm just going to go ahead and place quite a lot of honey distributors here up at the top of in this middle bit of the mountain, because this is where, if you mouse over the honey production here, you can see with the little diagram in the middle there where you get the best yields depending on where it is on the mountain. I think that's quite a cool little feature. So it actually kind of like pushes you to build on different parts of the mountain. Okay. So the problem is that these beekeepers are nowhere near the market. You can't send them. They're not in range. So now you've got to build warehouses, right? This is so much fun. It's ridiculous. Everything is like, oh, now you gotta do this, now you gotta do that, now you gotta do this. Ah, come on, not in range, really? Oh dear. Okay, let me take that warehouse out, because that's a rubbish warehouse that they can't all reach. So here we go. Send all the honey to the warehouse, and then send the warehouse. The warehouses, for some reason, do not have a distance, right? So how much honey is this demanding? 2.9 and 2.7. Okay, so what we do is with the warehouse, and we increase the carriers until we get to the demand is met, essentially. But bearing in mind that we've got an income of 20 and an outgoing of 6.8, so we should be getting lots of honey, more honey than they're actually using. But as our population increases, the demand's going to go through the roof, right? The other thing we got up in this middle section here is copper. So we can actually start copper production now. So we can do a copper mine there. Oh, there we go. Copper mine. Copper mine. Lovely. 3 copper mines. Draw them all into roads. And then what we want is we want a warehouse that's in the middle of all of them, because we're going to build a copper utensils maker, 3 of them, and we'll send 1 mine to each utensil maker, and each utensil maker to the warehouse here. And this is complaining that we don't have enough yaks, so that's fine. We will produce some more yaks, and we have lots of space up here, so let's build some yak farms, people. Massive yak farm. Look at this. It's like an elite yak farm. It just all connects together. This is wonderful. 19 yaks. That's what I'm talking about. Yak. So what we got is we got artisans, which are the ones that run the warehouses. Okay, so we've only actually got 1 artisan, which means we now need to build more artisan houses. And this is where it all goes a bit Pete Tong, really, because the demand is going to go through the roof. And there you go. The honey is already under demand. So now we have to increase the honey demand. Here we go. Oh, we're actually still well within on that one. Cool. No big deal. Okay, so now the copper utensils can go to this guy and this guy, and the demand is 2.6 on that one and 2.9 on that one. So we can get the demand back up to 3 on each. We should be good. And again, we have an income of 18. The further away a marketplace is as well, the more carriers you need in order to suit that demand. You notice how I need 6 carriers to hit the 3 demand of the second marketplace over the 5 I need for the one that's closer. Oh, here we go, look. Upgrading more houses, and you can see in real time here as the marketplace now goes, so about that, yeah. We don't have enough of everything. Thanks. Cheese. So we're going to need another cheese maker, which means another yak shack. It never ends. It never ends. But the cheese maker we got is receiving 5 of 5 milk, right? So we need another cheese maker and another yak shack. So we do another yak shack. Oh, we can put one there. That's majestic. That is. That is majestic yakking. Oh yes. And a cheese maker. I would just slap it there. We'll send the milk to there to send that to there. And there we go. We satisfied that milk demand. This guy's okay until we do... Yeah, there we go. And honey demand has gone through the roof. So 4.3 on that one and 5.5 on that one. So that one's... Let's up to that to 6. There we go. So instantly that meets the demand. You don't have to wait for the carriers to actually get there and back and stuff like that. It's just it's all instant. It doesn't mess about. Demand on this has got up to 4 as well. So there you go. That should keep them happy for a little while. There we go. Upgrade 20 houses to level 3, and we've upgraded 15 of 20. I suspect that we need to build more houses because we've upgraded them all. So let's go ahead and build another row here and another row directly underneath it with a road from there to there. Bing, 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 bing. Uh-oh. Oh, no. So, here we go again, ladies and gents. We are upgrading everything. We need more chicken people. Does that meet the demand? Yes, it does. Okay, good. More flour. Okay, so this guy is receiving at the moment 6 of 15. So he can definitely have more fields. What I might do, actually, then in that case, is move some stuff around real quick. So what we could just quickly use the demolished thing here. This is so easy. And go slappity slap. And then move these 2 to the mill. That'll increase our mill production there. Then put our cheesemaker back. With this guy to that, to this guy to that. And we need our chicken coop, which to be honest we can slap up there, and that's in range, I think. There we go, lovely. So now it's just honey again and utensils. 7.8 honey. Oof. 7.8 honey. There he goes. And 6.2 utensils. My god. So you can see how quickly you're coming up to the amount applied, the demand. It quickly gets away from you, so it's always good to just like build more than you need straight away. There goes the honey again. It's now up to 8. Damn. Damn, these hungry boys. This is some hungry boys. And there we go. We've upgraded those guys. So the last part of the demo is create an operational Avalanche inducer. So one of the functions of the game, as you saw from the trailer at the beginning of this episode, is avalanches. Building on a mountain. Yeah. So you in the full game, you build walls and stuff around your settlement to protect from avalanches, but you can build this avalanche inducer to trigger avalanches intentionally so that they happen before they get too severe. And I suspect the demo might it might just make it happen anyway. I'm looking at it right now and I'm Yes, it's getting all snowy, isn't it? So I suspect that to limit your playtime in the demo, they're just going to throw an avalanche at me regardless of whether I do this. So we got a, I'm not sure it's quite close enough to this marketplace here, but we got a weaver, and this produces textiles, right? So we need to send the Yak Shack's wool to that, which utilizes 5 of 5. So there's another one there we can set another weaver. But if we try and send this guy's to the market, it's not in range. So this is one of those situations where we're going to need to use a warehouse so that we can send to that. And there's a demand of 9.6. My God, these people are hungry. So that's going to meet a demand of 5, right? So we need another weaver. That'll do. That'll do. Is that going to be in range, do you think? I'll just slap one there and then you to you. Oh, gosh, I need to actually connect it to a road first. That'd be good. So anyway, I think the real draw of this game is the logistical challenge and the spatial challenge of fitting everything on these little plateaus, on these mountainsides. Certainly, like in the first area here, that I've probably like crammed them in, but I've been rushing through and I've not really used my space very efficiently. So there is definitely going to be some fun in trying to sort of min-max this space efficiency of this area and getting your civilization, your city, as white as possible on this mountainside, all the way around, all the way to the top, in different designs. So the demo, like I said, is available on Steam. You can play it now, complete it now. It is basically just what I've shown you today, but it is quite a lot of fun, and it might be quite fun. It does look like it lets you continue as long as you don't build that avalanche inducer. It is not destroying my town. But there is, other than just increasing your population, because the game demo has locked quite a lot of stuff, there's not much to keep you building from this point on. Like I said, other than just slapping down more houses, which will increase the demand, which means you need to build more production buildings and so on and so forth. Look at the upgrades on this. Yeah, I just screwed myself there, haven't I? It's just, crap. 13.4 textiles. There we go. Satisfied, my friends. Oh yeah. And 11.2 honey. There we go. Oof. Happening. And bingo. Do you set your production up? Set it up more than you need at the moment, and it's quite easy to keep that demand in play. But I'm going to finish today's episode with demonstration of the adding another yak farm. The demonstration of the avalanche inducer. Trigger an avalanche. Natural disasters, basically, in this game can range from avalanches to storms and weather events and things like that. And they are, very destructive. Oh, that second island just absolutely got nailed. Ooh. But as you can see, in the middle shot there, walls can protect your cities from those avalanches and stuff like that. This is a really cool looking game, and I'm looking forward to seeing the full release of it. The demo has definitely whetted my appetite. I want to see more. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little look at Laysara Summit Kingdom. Yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Either way, I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.